Hello, everyone, and welcome to the wrap-up episode for Ruin Runners, where the pungent stench of mildew has emanated from the wet dungeon malls, and the smell of the sewers is taking a liking to us. So, now that it's over, I figured I would, well, let me introduce everyone first, might as well do that. Joining me today, we have Chriz the Mole.
With it.
We have Mr. James Phoenix.
Hello.
We have Anastasia Lazerbeam.
Hello.
We have Wifeblade.
Greetings.
So, I figured for the first part of this one, I would just,
Ooh, there's parts.
yeah, well, yeah, kind of. Not super organized, just like the first one I would open it up to you for, and just, you can go round table, whatever you want. But just wondered your thoughts of what you thought of it overall, what you liked, didn't like, any questions or something you had for me, or parts that you would have liked to have gone differently, or anything like that. Just.
Also, I point out to you that compared to the wrap-ups for previous radio plays, any level of organization is more organized than usual.
True. Well, just because I wrote notes for myself of stuff I wanted to talk about, but I figured I would get other people's comments first just before I do that. So if anyone was, they weren't just like, oh, that would have been way cooler if you did that, and I'd be like, thanks.
And I liked how it went.
Yeah,
my only complaint, this is on me, is I had to miss a week due to almost passing out. But which, like I said, that was on me. But the weeks I was there, I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I meant that 'cause I hadn't gone back and watched it yet, because I was waiting till we did all of this to go back and watch it.
and I had to not be there for a week because we literally moved the moving from Saturday to Sunday, so we wouldn't have to move all my stuff in the pouring rain, which I think was a
even though ironically it didn't pour rain.
It actually did pour rain in Monroe.
Oh, did it? Okay, I was in Goshen all day. It didn't pour rain there.
We
And the
moved the
prom's
moving
tomorrow.
inception. And yes, the prom is tomorrow. Please tell me someone made a T-shirt of that. Like, I want that to be a shirt that just says, "And the prom is tomorrow."
Well, now
I
you
did.
have your
I
T-shirt
did,
for 2K17.
I did, Rick. It's my funeral shirt. I like to wear that at all the funerals. If
Nice
someone
and
died,
ridiculously morbid.
someone died, a sad face, and then it's and the prom's tomorrow.
Wow.
I like to also print loads of "and the prom's tomorrow" T-shirts and just mail them off to Africa. It's just funny.
Wow.
But
They're
we
like,
don't
what is a
have
prom?
proms. Teardrop.
Yeah, but can you imagine it like they're talking all imagine if I did that and then you actually get one of those like PBS appeals like, yeah, little Susie had to walk for miles to get clean water. She watched her brother die from diarrhea because they don't have the medicine in this country, and it just cuts to her and you just see the prom's tomorrow.
Yep.
Part of me would just be like, oh god, I can die. At this point, nothing's gonna live up to this moment.
Yeah, and also for the benefit of those at home, just in case, spoilers. Or you send them to a bunch of people that just got to have their building blown up by Scarlet Witch.
Gotcha.
That would also work.
So personally, if I can say something, I like about this radio play more than all the previous ones we've done. And we're just talking about things we liked, right?
You can, well, both things you liked, things you didn't like.
Okay.
Any
The one thing I
questions
liked
you
is the fact that I felt like with this one, I don't know if it was just because we felt comfortable because you were in control or what, I don't know. But it felt like I liked how with this one it was less radio play-y and more role play-y, where we were actually like coming up with things on the fly, reacting to each other. You were just going with the flow if we came up with things. It wasn't all bullet pointed out to this is what we have to do. I think it was more fun where it just was you're here, then you're here to do this, then you're here to do this.
Right.
Step 4, profit.
Step 4, profit.
I don't know. I didn't see a whole lot of profit.
You lived, didn't you?
You had a giant bag of something that you took up to your room at the inn while you weren't with us.
Yes,
You
I
have
was.
to take the silky voice home with you. That silky
you go.
narrator voice.
That's if you get Richter. That's more than enough reward.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll allow it.
But yeah, I liked how it seemed more free flowing. We were like make things up and not like that, as opposed to some of the previous ones that like I or Marcus or Mole have done, where it seemed like it was a little more structured, and we always got really flustered if we missed something in the script, and then we're trying to go back
Right.
trying to make up for it. That happened in a few occasions to different radio plays. Whereas with this one, we were able to more just go with the flow, and I think that's a better way to do it. For the record, Mole, I'd like to incorporate more of that sort of thing into our next radio play that's coming up that we'll talk about later.
I wouldn't.
Okay then.
Alright, well I like got to choose my own character with like stats and shit from like D&D. That was cool. Like I know you always make your own character, but it's cool that we got to do like a D&D character. Like it was super like I felt it was super like larger creative process.
Yay. How about you, wife play? Did you like anything?
Wow,
Besides that silky voice.
Oh my.
I think the. Okay, I'm gonna ruin this for
Oh man.
someone who hasn't seen the finale yet.
Oh.
So, spoilers. I liked the final battle, how you had us each narrate our own part, because I liked how it gave us kind of our own creative control and a way to showcase our characters and what we could do. I thought that was a very nice touch.
Nice.
Yeah,
And it
I
wasn't a train wreck.
Yeah, I agree. That was fun to do that. I always get flustered in situations like that, as you probably could tell as I was doing it. But in the end, I think it turned out okay.
Well, that's why I was like, I wanted to get on earlier, but that's why I like tried to get on earlier and like warn people. So
Right.
like, okay, you
Yeah.
have some time to think about it. I know it's still kind of, like it was like an hour and a half before, so it wasn't a whole lot of time, but I didn't want to, just suddenly spring
honest,
that on you.
Yeah, to be honest, I thought about it. I still pulled it out of my ass as I was doing it, so
That's fine.
it worked.
Hey, don't feel bad. So did I. About the only part I managed to pre-plan was what I was going to fight.
Fair enough.
Would you go through some kind of mystical portal thing that gave you all personal challenges or something?
Basically, we went to fight the final. Well, I probably spent a few minutes saying this. Spoiler: all the shit that we were collecting throughout the whole thing was so that the evil dude could become a freaking lich.
You become a glitch?
No, a lich. and
Yes, it was Bob from Reboot. Spoiler.
Yes.
That's what it sounded like. You sounded like you said fucking glitch. I'm like,
No, I
what?
said lich. It's an undead zombie master of the undead thing.
There's a spoiler. It was a video game the whole time.
It was.
What?
Yeah.
Oh man, I went all Star Ocean 3 on it. Oh, spoiler.
Oh,
It was spoiler alert. Pew's radio play never ended. We just pretended.
There you go.
We all went to a different one. Reboot.
Exactly. But yeah, but effectively we went to go encounter this. We went through the cave to find this guy. We found him, and it turned out he was using the evil book that we found and the ink that we got to cast a necromancy spell. And he had the dragon with the shield that we got. The Verzozo was protecting him, and all the shit we collected was so this asshole could like get ultimate evil power. And so he ended up summoning an individual demon for each of us to fight. And so Richter let us basically personalize our respective demon fights.
That's cool.
Indeed. So we each got to, and we sent you off to go get the rest of the mage guild to bring help.
that we didn't ultimately need.
No, we killed everybody by the time they got there. Not that they would have gotten through anyway, because there was kind of a horde of zombies in the way.
We'll
when you
get
got to,
to
when you got
that.
to the village, you got ate by a dragon.
Okay.
She's right over there.
I'm okay.
No,
either
Marcus
way, you
didn't
know.
write it.
Yeah, I'm okay if I get eaten by a dragon. I don't care. It's fine.
Now the dragon can look like other things. It's Kirby.
It
That's
can
how it
poop
works.
other things.
It's a Kirby dragon.
That was my cousin. Nice.
It's a Yoshi dragon.
Does that kick jump?
I don't remember seeing any apples around there.
True.
Basically, Pew, we used all the magic to transform you into Fish Guy from the Mask cartoon.
That's a good character.
I love Putty Dude and Fish Guy. They were awesome. Look out, everyone. He's going to swim. One had all the greatest powers ever, and one was just a fish. It was awesome.
But yes, it was an interesting, unique battle. We each got to fight an individual demon and personalize our fight. Mine was I had it. He was, like basically reflecting the same spells I was using back at me, so I had to counter him with a few new ones to confuse him. I know Wife was just a straight up badass hand-to-hand combat fight, and Moles was more, being overwhelmed by a rock guy, but then, being clever enough to survive long enough for his dog to spot the weakness, and he was able to shoot him in the. I'm just gonna make the pun and say exhaust port.
That wasn't clever. I wasn't clever enough to stay alive. I was literally beaten and waiting for death.
True.
My dog did. I'm like, okay, that works. Don't. I did it. I was literally dead because I was like, I needed to kill it with an arrow, but you can only kill things so many times with an arrow.
It's true.
Before I have to resort to putting boxing gloves on the end.
Just don't pull out a gun that then says bang.
It's an arrow that says thwip.
Yes.
Not
Nice.
thwip or whatever.
Yeah.
Whip.
Yes, not to be confused with Spider-Man.
Yes.
Yeah, that's thwip. That's a different sound.
So what were your guys' boss thingies? Or
Like I said, I didn't really go into the appearance of mine. I just said, he's basically got, he's basically has some kind of, he's magical. And he's, basically, I threw a fireball at him. He dodged it and threw a fireball at me. Like, he was reflecting the same spells back at me. I didn't really go into, I think Mo was the one who went into an appearance description of his demon.
Mine was basically you, Pew. As I was then crying in emotional distress as I walked towards that shitty female character and ran her through with my claws. Oh wait, no, that's X-Men 3, my bad.
Wow.
Sorry, easily, I get them confused.
I get them confused.
Okay, then.
So my radio play was on the level of X-Men 3.
Just my
That's
fight.
really insulting to Rick, dude. What the hell?
Oh, it's insulting to me because just my fight was, Rick.
Mine was just a trident-wielding Naga that pissed me off until I smashed it.
like Naga, like as in the dog bear thing?
Naga is in snake person.
Okay, because that's the name of the dog bear in Legend of Korra.
Ah.
No, I'm talking about the monster.
Okay.
Like the D&D monster.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, mine, Pew, was just a little demon that touched the floor and it puts rock all over him. Except for some reason, the back where it all funnels out, so I was like,
Yep. And then Wirefly took the shield down, and then we fought him, and throw magic at him, and it was a badass fight. And then Wirefly decapitated him violently.
Yes, and that was fun.
You jump in the air and then jump down and then decapitate him?
No, I just
he would.
and chopped his fucking head off.
And
Yeah,
then at a certain point, James's character, Phineas, did say, "So what do you think of the mission, Pake?" And you went, to which he looked down at his crotch and said, "Don't talk with your mouth full." And that's how we ended it.
I was just gonna make a Mortal Kombat joke, but damn, okay. Well, Leisure Suit Larry.
It's cool. Her mouth can change into other things.
Weird.
It's not going to be weird.
It's already there.
Yeah. Making things weird's what I do.
That's his power. All right. Any other comments before I move on to my nonsense, or?
It's not nonsense. Have more confidence in yourself, Rick.
I know. Before we move on to the awesome parts of
I
the
believe
thing,
in
explosion.
I was upset we didn't get any resolution to the character arc of the bartender.
Where he learned to speak enough
Turns
that
out
you wouldn't hate him. He was fake.
Turns out he was fake the whole time.
Ah,
Dun.
I paid myself. I should have given myself a bigger tip.
yeah. See, to be honest, because he was just kind of there and he was steadily getting more revived, I thought the bartender was going to be revealed to be the bad guy.
I like the idea he was Rick's character from the previous RP.
That's also a good idea.
And we were just in his world until he spoke, and I was
He's
like,
just
oh.
Shin. Good times.
But no, I liked it. I liked everyone's characters.
Yeah, there was a good unique team set up.
And I especially loved Jim's unique way of opening doors.
That was funny.
Yeah. It made for a good running joke.
Well, it was either that or setting fire to things.
Yes!
True. And in all fairness, that was a thing too, so whoopity do.
Yay!
You want to be like you.
Oh yes, you missed. I managed to stop him, but you missed the part where Mole decided it was a good idea to try to use me to ram through the force field.
And that's how you work open everything.
Exactly, he's our skeleton key. And I say that because when I threw him into the portal, he would turn into a skeleton.
There you go.
Okay then.
Make it happen.
Yes.
That also surprises me. That guy we fought had a whole lot of zombies, no skeletons.
We fought the skeletons in the other episodes, so I didn't want to repeat them.
True.
Because I think I had him in 2 other ones, so I was like, eh. Because I actually originally had that written down, but I was like, they fought him 2 other times. I'll just stick with zombies.
Yeah, Jim.
Ups.
Yeah, Jim. This villain had a visit from the tax board, and it basically said he couldn't afford too many skeletons this year. So he had to use them sparingly. You can't just waste your skeleton budget.
Yeah,
This
there's
is
labor
true.
regulations.
Yeah.
That
work
dude, the
them
skeleton
past the
union gets
bone.
pissed off.
Yeah.
Undead labor strike.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I have a feeling that should happen if you make the next one, and it would basically be Discworld.
There you go.
There you go.
Discworld's awesome.
It is. I didn't get very far in the game for PlayStation, but it was pretty cool.
Still wish we'd have gone through our elaborate plan to trap that thief.
Yeah, that was okay. That I'll help. I'll just take that segue in there. Yeah. He was just when I was writing all the stuff, that was just supposed to be a one-shot guy, and because I did not anticipate that you 4 would be just so annoyed that he got away. I was like, oh shit! I felt kind of bad at the end.
So you should. No.
Because he was just there, the one that was his job was he was just supposed to do that. In actuality, the way I had it planned, was I had a timer, and he around 15 to 20 minutes was when he would steal the key. So if you could actually have gotten there before that, you could have gotten the key. And it took you 57 minutes to get there. I was like, oh damn, maybe 20 wasn't enough. But yeah, you guys were so you wanted to kill. I was like, oh damn, I was tempted to try and write him back in, but I was like, nah, I'll just let it go. I'll keep to how I originally had it because I wasn't gonna have him come back. And I was like, oh.
I was fucking pissed, and my character is pissed. Even for the next episode.
Yeah, my character just wanted to trap him. That's why I loved the elaborate plan of luring him with gold and you're gonna shapeshift into stuff to lure him out here with the gold, shapeshift into an old lady who just happens to have gold.
My character was just pissed he didn't get paid.
Yeah. If anything, we should have shapeshifted Pew into a giant wooden box being held up with a stick with a rope tied to it.
That would have totally worked.
Oh my god, we should have shapeshifted Pew into the artifact and made the swap before the guy knew, while we were secretly looking for the actual artifact.
Yes.
And Pew would just be sat there the whole time going, yes, I am a key.
And now we play the waiting game.
Yes.
Well, actually, if you got it first too, he was going to take somebody hostage or try to try and get it from you. So like, I was going to give you that choice if you could give it to him or just try to like attack him.
Or let the hostage die.
I know you would have done that, but
Depending on the hostage.
Let's say we all
Yeah.
would have done that because let's be perfectly honest, the obvious hostage was Paig.
maybe. I mean,
Yes,
yeah,
because he has the ability to turn into any hostage he wants.
exactly. Well, he's like a thief. He's not giant and burly, so I figured he would just grab like, the most frail one.
Yeah, exactly.
He'd be like, haha, I could get her. I'm not saying it would have worked. Pretty much, if anyone attacked him, he just would have ran off. But I figured, because I like, whenever they have those choices in stories, I always want to yell at them. Just be like, haha, hand over the thing I need that'll ruin the world, or I'll stab this person. And they're never just like, you know what? No. And it never works out. That's why I was just like, I'm gonna have him try that. Why not? We'll see what people do.
If it was pure, I'm pretty sure she could turn herself back into something alive.
That's how that works. Well, she did turn into that ghost in that one episode.
She did turn into a ghost.
She did.
That was
I was like,
really dumb.
That was
I
the
realized
best
after
plan
that,
ever.
Yes.
That is so stupid. I didn't think anyone would do it. I don't even know what the fuck I was thinking of afterwards. I was just thinking of like those old Saturday morning cartoons where they do this style stuff. Like I could see that on like the D&D cartoon show
Yeah.
where they took that theme park ride through the fucking thing.
Yeah, what if you missed that episode? That was an amazing episode.
That was, yeah. Well, that like I don't remember if I said this at the end of the other one, but well, I know I said that it was the joke episode, but like beforehand I didn't tell anybody. So like when it started getting silly, I was just like normally I would try to like do something, but this one I was like, nah, screw it, I'm just gonna let it go. It's the joke one anyway. And like you came up with a plan, and in my brain I'm like, oh my god, that is whatever. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna see how this goes. Like I face palmed and then like, nope, let's do it.
But when they got better, when I levitated, when I got told to levitate stuff
Yeah.
with wind.
Yep.
So
Well, I figured,
Pew,
like, yeah, she wouldn't look very convincing, and so the bandits would just be like, "This is stupid." And then, yeah, once stuff was levitating, I was like, that would probably just make them go, "Oh, wait, maybe, you know what? I'm not going to take the chance. I'm out of here."
what was it? Pew shapeshifted herself into.
I thought it was a goblin.
She turned into a
ghost or something.
goblin. She turned into like a goblin thing. Jim covered her in those little balls wife blade that he always uses to show light everywhere. So she looked like a glowing ghost, like that episode of The Simpsons.
Yeah, I
when
cast
Mr.
a
Burns
light
came
spell on. Yeah, I cast a light spell on her. She looked like a glowing ghost thing, and we pretended she was like a goblin ghost. And then
You
I think
used the wind to lift up the corpses and swing them round to distract the guards while I was secretly waiting in wing with a bow and arrow because if things went worse, I could shoot something.
yeah, and it's. And it was funny because Richter had said afterward he was just going to have the guys be like, what the hell is this shit? But then when I had the bodies levitated, he was like, well, yeah, that'd probably freak him out.
Yeah, use your wind to levitate the bodies. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Just do it. Okay, fine. And you do it, and it works.
Yeah,
I'm like,
and-
how is that even just working?
Yeah, and in all fairness, in an episode where the villain was the Mega Powers, that made sense. Is it said that until they came out, you started doing the voices? I didn't get the reference to the name of the bandits. I didn't get like Mega Powers. It's not stupid. And then you start doing the voices at the end. I'm like, oh, god damn it.
Yeah, he's referencing Damien Sandow and Curtis Axel.
Yeah. I can't remember if I actually, because in my notes I named their weapons. Because I think the Hogan one had a big mace that was called Vitamins or something, so you could take it. And the other one had a Slim Jim, he called it.
Nice.
So you could snap it.
Nice.
And of course, John Cena was the dude beforehand.
Wait, he was?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I totally missed that.
Yeah, because he would wave his hand, and then you couldn't see him.
Oh shit! How did I fucking miss that? Oh my god! I'm an idiot. Wow.
And he wanted to fight all like 4 or 3-on-1 because he likes it when the odds are stacked against him.
That's right. Wow, I completely fucking missed. Wow. God damn. I'm glad you told me. I would have never realized that.
Yeah, I'm gonna blame that one on Mole because he was like way back before when we started. He was like saying he wanted to make a barbarian named Terry. It was like Hogan. I'm like, I like that
remember
idea. So I was like, I should do that. And I was like, oh, I should have two of them because I want to do Macho Man because I like doing his voice more. So I was
Yeah.
like, I should do that. I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna make this the joke episode and I'm gonna make a guy that can disappear because he's Cena.
It
You
worked.
should have made Ultimate Warrior and had us retrieve Connor's cure. Which is like a vial.
The problem is if I made it Warrior, he would have lived, so the next episode he could have died.
True.
Oh, he appeared last week and then died.
Well, no, he would have lived. At the very end, he would have given a really emotional speech, and then he would have died the next episode.
There you go.
In the next episode, I'll be sat there churning butter. Where'd you get all the milk? Well, I milked his death.
Yeah.
Wordplay.
Honestly, given the kind of world we're in, I was really kind of surprised there wasn't like a Nordic warrior named Hunter.
That's the next time.
Ah.
He attacks with a shovel.
Along with his friend, who never lets a lollipop fall out of his mouth. That needs to happen.
That does need to happen. Ah, that was great.
But yeah, also, way back in the first episode, I'm gonna jump back there. I originally for the first two, I had pictures ready, like for the different things, like for the monsters and stuff. So and I was gonna use Minicam to like display them. And originally, I was gonna I actually have really, really crappily drawn maps of some of the areas that we were in, so I could kind of keep straight of like where everything is, so I could describe it better. And originally, I was gonna have them in paint, and I was gonna like draw them as you were in them, so you could like kind of see, but you couldn't see like the whole thing, but you could see like where you've already been. But then Minicam didn't work, so that kind of screwed that one up, and that's why in the first episode I didn't describe the statue, because I had a picture, so like I didn't write a note to describe it when it wouldn't work, and I was like, oh shit.
I like that first episode.
It was. Well, I still to the end, and I called him out on it too. I found it really suspicious. Like, I just have to ask, really, because they're supposed to be an honorable guild of mages or whatever the hell they are. Do they not screen these jobs before they take them?
No, I don't think they do.
Clearly not, because you would think you'd want to not be, helping to destroy the world. You would think that'd be something you'd want to, check these jobs. Also, that does lead me to want to know, because the other thing, we had the opportunity after the end of the adventure to address things in the bar or whatever afterward. We didn't get the opportunity to do that, but had we had the opportunity, like we were saying goodbyes and we were going to walk off to whatever.
Right.
I was.
Music.
Yeah, sad Incredible Hulk music.
Don't you forget about. Sorry.
Yes. Because the thing I was going to, because I figured if we were each going to get a line on what we were going to do next, I thought maybe there'd be like one of those things.
Oh,
and I was hoping, because if we had done that, Phineas was going to say, well, I don't know about you, but I'm going back to that sacred library to find out how that book got back out of there.
And I died 1 week later from a leg infection.
Exactly.
And I would just go sit in my hoard and play with my shiny stuff.
You could swim through it.
By the way, Pew, you did miss the final line of the final episode where Mole killed you with AIDS.
It was after the end, so I don't know if it counts.
It was the after credit scene.
It was.
It was the stinger.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if. I guess I should have asked, because I wasn't sure if anyone would want a scene like that. So I just kind of like left it.
Died of AIDS.
Right. No, the going back to the. Well, I don't know if anyone would want that. Well, okay, I don't know if the other people that aren't you, Mole, would want that scene.
I'm pretty sure if I was Wife Blade, I'd want that scene, just because most of the first episode, Pew spent it telling her, yeah, look how thin I am. That essentially makes Pew a mean girl. If you remember, I know she was doing it for the frailness of her character, but basically makes her Lindsay Lohan in Mean Girls.
Yeah, well, that's just how women are. As we've learned from watching the WWE, that's just how women are. They're just all catty bitches that hate each other.
They are. But
Well,
I think Mean Girls is a super topical reference.
It is. But because I was wondering if that, it's like, okay, he's got this evil book, but didn't we like confirm that it was secure in the sacred library or whatever? Like, did he steal it? Did he pay them? How did he get it out of there?
okay, you're talking about a group of people who seem to offer jobs in the same way there are conversations in a 1990s Yahoo message board. It's all just shit thrown up there. They don't care.
No, I don't mean that. I mean after we got the book back, that guy wasn't in the guild. This was a different guy that hired us, and he said we're going to take this book and put it in because Richter had said he didn't get to mention it because nobody asked him about what he was doing with the book in the episode. But he told me afterward that if you would ask me, I was going to say that guy was going to put it in the Richter knows that with the name of the sacred protective library of dark whatever.
It's called the Book Depository.
There you go.
No, I'm pretty sure he's not Lee Harvey Oswald, but okay.
Well, if you good thing you brought that up. That guy was actually completely lying.
Fair enough.
It was like that's why I said, "Oh, I would have told you that." And I think at one, I don't remember if it was that one, but you're like, "Was that guy evil?" And I was like, maybe," because you have that you had the truth spell or whatever, or the one where you could like detect lying, which was like when you put that on your sheet, I was like, oh shit, because I had a few characters that actually were blatantly lying to you, so I was like, I hope he doesn't use it, or I tried to figure out something to do so like it wouldn't flat out say these people are lying, but you would know that there's more to it.
Well, it's simple. You lie to him, and then later on you say from a certain point of view.
There you go.
It works.
But
that was the first time some of these spells I was trying not to see God modded, so I was trying to limit my magic, and so I kind of forgot I had that one.
That's fine. But yeah, like basically,
So what you're saying
one of the
is you couldn't handle the truth.
Pretty much.
Thank you. Back
Nice.
to him.
Yes.
But basically, the guy that was assembling them was going through different people to do it, so they wouldn't have known that they were connected because it wasn't the same person putting up the job.
So you're saying the guy behind it was evil Nick Fury and he was using evil Shield members?
Yes.
Okay.
That'll work. Yeah. Like, oh, I forgot I was going to do that. Okay, there was one of the guys I think it was the guy from the sealed library, actually. I was going to have him, I totally forgot about this, but at the end I was going to have that guy, or the evil guy, like, use him for the spell to help tie that up, so you'd be like, oh, he was working for him, but I totally forgot. That was my fault.
Oh, I have killed him to use his life force for it or something?
Yeah, or he was going to mutate, or either it was like he was going to use him as a host for one of the demons that you fought. But this was before I was going to do one-on-one. I was just going to have you guys fight some lesser demons. I was going to either have him use him as, like, to put it in the body, or, like, use his blood or whatever for the sacrifice for it or something like that.
Fair enough. That would have been cool.
And I'll say, libraries being super useful, this really was fantasy.
And fuck you.
Smug face.
Also, that does make one valid point though. If my Marvel metaphor is apt, I'm just gonna say Tell Mine makes a shitty Phil Coulson.
Yes. Also for another props to you, Jim, in the one with where you had to kill the mage.
Yeah.
And and the evil guy, you didn't know he was evil at the time. He's like, oh, you gotta kill this totally evil mage.
This totally evil necromancer.
Yeah, he's a necromancer and stuff. You actually pointed out that he didn't have any undead stuff in his tower, and that was intentional. And I was just like, I props for catching that.
Yeah, I was like, he doesn't have any undead stuff in his tower, and everything that we encountered only attacked us when we attacked it first.
Yeah, that was like my clue that he wasn't actually evil. Because that one would have gone either way. Like, you totally could have killed him. That was fine. I actually had it.
Right. Well,
I
think it also ended up looking cooler because it showed that Finney, whereas all the sheriffs was just running and kill everything and ask questions never, and whereas Pew and Mo were just Pew and Mo were just like, yeah, let's just shoot things and get the job done and move on with our lives. Phineas being the intellectual of the group was more like, well, no, let's think this through a little bit. Does this make sense? And I think it also added more emotion in the final scene where, Phineas hesitated for a moment when thinking about whether to kill the bad guy, but even Phineas, that's why it was that kind of a bigger thing where Phineas was like, no, this, because I had this thought in the finale, because you were talking about all the evils of the book. And I even made the mention of dark magic's corrupting people when I was trying to talk Karn out of taking the book for our own use. And when I realized that the dark magic's corrupting people, maybe this guy was being corrupted by the dark magic. So I'm like, no, he was planning this long before he had that book. No, he's just fucking evil. Not kill him.
Nice.
I'll also point out, Jim, I didn't just go in shooting arrows first. Multiple times I just kept telling Pew not to shoot first.
I didn't say you two were shooting first. I said that Alasharis ran in killing things and asked questions never. I said you two went in, you two went in, but you were focused on getting the job done. It was just let's get the job done and let's get paid and let's move on.
Well, I have a reputation to maintain.
Well, you do, yes, and that's why it worked for your character. It was a nice contract.
That was a lot of my character's personality. She was a mercenary, she was a professional, and if she had a contract, she would follow the contract. And I think it was pointed out later that if you wanted her to void her contract, the best way to do it is to just offer her more than she would get paid for to do it.
So you're Lady Deathstroke. Very nice.
I'm a professional.
She's crazy.
I heard that.
No, you didn't. You won't.
Richter, she pointing a weapon at you right now?
Maybe. I'm actually tied to a chair with a stick of dynamite in front of me, like when you have the game over in Final Fight.
Just don't tell them about the hole in the backyard that's for your body, and we're okay.
It's a really big hole.
Why do I think Richter's cowering behind a couch with a Mega Man arm blaster on him?
I grabbed a spider off the wall and I put it on the floor in front of me. It's my only shield.
By the way, that was great. That was great reaction for all the sheriffs at the spider game. By the way, that was great.
That was 100% honesty, because if there is one thing in the universe I am terrified of, it is spiders. So I just went with it.
Well, what's funny is I actually had those planned before I got her character sheet, and it was like afraid of bugs. So I'm like, oh, I want her to be here for this episode. But yeah, for the I don't remember if this was discussed afterward, but for the mage, yeah, it was you could kill him or not. That's why the gold bar was like you got in that. Well, you didn't actually have to find that gold bar. There, like I was like, I'm going to put a hidden treasure in some of these places because it's funny to me. Because why not? That feels so video game. But that one you could have used to buy her off. What was the other one that you didn't get?
No, what felt video game was in the other cave where you had us go open a whole bunch of treasure chests with nothing in them.
Because the thief stole them all.
I know.
I'm surprised there wasn't. I'm surprised there wasn't one with a really weirdly placed diary.
That too.
Yeah. No, that was in Pew's. I had another hidden one in one of the other ones that nobody found. Oh, and that mage dude. Originally, if you did kill him, the rune that he gave to Alasharis was going to be on one of the tables that you could either find or not. But if you let him live, he was going to come and help at the end. But I changed that because Pew was very, very insistent on never, ever seeing him again. So I was like, oh, okay, well, then he'll just give the magic item. It's like you killed him, but
yeah.
Aw, poor him.
No, it's fun. I had to adapt, It's one of the flow things.
Well, that's one of the things I like about this is the whole adapt. Everybody's adapting on the flow. It was a lot of fun doing that. I like that a lot. I did like how at the end it seemed like Alasharis just her pure rage let her walk through the force field and smash the statue until you explained it in the next line.
Well, originally that's what I was going to have her do, was use that to like nullify the shield and then get through, and then she just walked it through, and I was like, oh, well, I can actually work with this, but that was kind of weird.
Yeah, 'cause she did that, and I'm like, I'm thinking about like, can she do that? Rick?
That was all my fault because I misunderstood the placement of the dragon statue. I thought it was outside projecting the force field rather than inside projecting the force field.
That would be a really shitty force field generator if that was the case.
That's very video game.
Yeah.
To be fair, it was a dragon force field. She's part dragon. That makes perfect sense. It's like in a video game where you have to change to match whatever the environment is.
Mhm.
Like the end of Castlevania, when you're against the devil, and you're like, oh shit, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red. God, I hated that fight. I love that whole game of what the hell was that one on PS3 called?
Lords of Shadow?
Thank you, that one. I loved that one. I just hated that end fight where you had to keep swapping between your two different power sets. Like just to get to the devil, or to get on, or to get to Patrick Stewart, and you're like, really? Why? This is ridiculous. Because it's too fast.
But yeah, it was pretty fun. There was definitely times that I was caught off guard more than I thought.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, I mentioned the one with the thief where you guys were really angry about it. But also when I had the skeletons and Mole was like, "Oh, here, let's freeze." He's like, "Freeze the bone piles." I was like, "Oh shit, that's a really good idea." I was like, gonna just have you kill some and then move on. I was like, I really like that idea. I'm just like, oh, they're coming at, just freeze it. Let's just leave.
Yeah.
And I think all except like 2 or 3. Well, there were a few bosses that didn't have to be killed, and so I was glad that there were the 2 flesh golems. You actually didn't. You just grabbed the thing and ran for it.
Mhm.
I was like, I like that. Okay, I'm glad that like one boss wasn't killed just for the, so people could see it was possible.
Yeah, well, I will say for the record on some of these, like the giant slime, I was forced into killing the giant slime. That was not my idea.
That's fine. Yeah, well, most of the enemies, like that one, you had to because the whole point was killing everything in there.
Yeah.
And I think the bandits, you pretty much had to. Like it was just a couple of the early ones, like the first one you had to kill that orc dude, but.
I will say, which is
Well, actually,
weird
no, you didn't.
for me.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Why? I don't know why, but midway through, like episode 2 or 3, my character, I suddenly decided, he's religious.
That was weird, but.
And every now and again, he'd mention like thank the maker, and we'd be like to Pew, like, don't shoot the body yet. Why? It might not come alive, and then you're just defiling someone's dead.
Yep.
It came alive, but still, I don't know why it was funny for me for him to be like thank the maker, because he's just a peaceful, spiritual guy.
Yes, that was cool. Yeah, if I was trying to be legit with my character, I think what was I thinking? I think the most librarians worship the Agma, the god of knowledge, or something like that. Whatever the fuck it said something like that.
I thought most librarians now worship Kindle.
Oh, great Kindle, bestow upon us.
Oh, great Kindle.
The Kindle is literally what we should have done with Pew. We should have killed the gem, and then you could have changed her body into any book, and called her the Kindle Pake.
Wow.
There you go.
It would have been super topical.
Except if it were a Kindle, I would have broken it.
It's true. Well, like, okay, when I was, like, I will admit I was a little tempted to just completely kill her off. Which is like, oh, I'm not going to be there for the last one. But then I was thinking about it, and it's like, no, what better revenge than on short notice to completely work it in where it seems okay to me, instead of having 4 weeks notice and being like, yeah, I'll just kill him off. Not anyone in particular. Just in theory, I was going to stick it to, that idea of murdering someone when you knew well in advance.
But they weren't going to be there.
But, yeah, I was just like, oh, I was going to... Because I was like, I could actually work with this. We're just going to trade one. We'll get Mole back.
And then you also... and you forgot the part about then... look for the words here. The part about basically defiling their memory by awkwardly blurting out their death to their best friend who just showed up.
Yes. Oh, and when I was actually planning that when she came back, it was gonna be like Magician Ex Machina, where they were gonna show up and like barrage him with some spell to buy you guys a couple seconds to help out. But really early on, you were just like, oh, let's go after the book, and I was like, okay, fine. So like there was no way to work it in, so I was like, I'll just have them show up afterwards.
Yep.
They'll be useless. It's okay, but the whole fight was like that fight didn't go at all how I thought. I thought it was going to go closer to how the mage went before in the where he was like slinging spells and you'd have to like wear him down. That was also an interesting fight where Mole's like, just throw all of the shit on his table at him. I was like, oh wow, that would that would probably be like freakish if you just start throwing what you don't even know what it is. He'd probably be like, what are you doing? And like jump out of it because he knows what it is. You don't know what you're throwing at him.
That was the idea. I figured it'd piss him off.
It would. but that was one of those times where I was like, oh, okay. I didn't think that would happen. I'll go with that. But yeah, I thought the fight at the end was going to go more like that, but then you guys are like, just get the book away from him. I'm like, that's legit. That would work. He's not finished. If you're attacking he would scramble to get it. So I don't know if it was like an awesome fight, but it felt more realistic.
In all fairness, that's like the standard of all a horror, fantasy, evil shit that involves a book. That's just kind of the standard. So if they're getting evil power from a book, you need to destroy or at least get control of the book.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost.
I still like my plan of levitating it out of his hand and then she put a fake book across the room. She's like, wait a minute.
That was clever. That was good. I hadn't thought of that.
It worked. I honestly thought Rick was going to be like, for lack of a better term, no, I heard that.
I was really tempted to have him like use the true sight spell or whatever to know that wasn't it, but that was actually like you came up with that plan and I was like, ooh, like I really did debate in my head. I was like, should I let this? Because I felt like if I didn't, that would feel kind of mean. That you came up with this plan and he'd just be like, no. So I was like, I'll have it work for like, it works just long enough that it messes him up.
It's effective.
I figured like that's a good compromise where he doesn't look like he's completely inept, but it's not just completely shutting down any plan you have.
That makes sense. It's like, with the throwing stuff at the table, it's because we didn't know how to defeat him. So I'm like, well, fuck it, if I throw stuff, it'll distract him.
Yeah.
I think I'll distract him long enough for Jim to use his voodoo, he do.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, I did like how it just worked so well at the end. Like Mole's shooting the guy down. The librarian got to burn the book with the trademark rolling fireball that started the whole thing, and then all the sheriffs, he's on the ground. All the sheriffs just disorder, just dead.
And then Paige showed up and Wife Blade's like, "Whoa, you've gotten really fat, bitch." And that's when the credits roll.
Wow. Did you shapeshift into a cow? Good lord.
Poor Pew.
I know, poor Pew.
Like I said, I know that's not what Pew was doing when she was mentioning the look how thin I am. I think we lost Pew.
But I do also think I don't know which of you had yours done first, but I think if something like this happens again, Rick, if you're looking at the bios and you see you have two characters whose pretty much default thing to do is we're going to shoot arrows at things, maybe ask whoever the second one to submit it was to differentiate their weapon.
I believe I entered mine first.
I believe you did.
Maybe. Well, like I could see that, and I will admit I considered something like that, but I really wanted just anyone to pick like the character they wanted. Like, oh, I like this race, I like this class. So like part of me did want it to be more well-rounded, but at the same time I wanted people to make like any kind of character class they could, and just kind of work with it.
Yeah, well, I ended up changing on the first episode on the fly. I ended up changing mine because we started the first episode. And as we started with the first episode, I realized at no point in the opening tavern scene did I mention Phineas having the staff I said he was going to have, and Mole had probably mentioned his walking staff that he had. And I'm like, well, that's just going to look like I'm, two people with staffs. It's going to look like I'm ripping him off. I'll just let Mole have the staff, and I'll just carry the books around.
To be fair, your staff's magical. Mine's walking. That's like saying, oh, you're driving a car, you're ripping off Xavier.
Okay, then.
Mine's for mobility purposes. It's not magical. It's purely mobility.
Fair enough.
As is my dog.
I know, true, but you were able to use it as a weapon on a couple of occasions.
I was able to swing it just to clonk people, now and again, Rafiki style.
Yes.
I was gonna joking when you said use it as a weapon, I was going to jokingly say the dog or the stick, and then when he's like, I used to swing it on occasion, I just pictured it as the dog, and that made it way funnier. Just grabs him by the tail. Go, boy!
I should have picked up the dog and fired him like the chicken on Hot Shots Part
Oh
2.
my god! No, like you put your staff in your bow, and then he jumps on the end of it like Ant-Man, and you fire him.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, and later, during that end fight, Rick, if I'd said he picks up his dog and fires him out of his bow at him, you wouldn't have been like, oh, I was prepared for this. You'd be like, wait, the fuck did he just say? He fires a
It would've
dog
been-
at him.
yeah. I would have been like, oh my god, really? We get this far, and then he's just like, you know what? Screw it. It's all the way like right to the final boss, and then he's just like, yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna be just ridiculously silly now. Fires his dog with the bow.
Yeah, no, I like my walking dog. He was cool. He came in handy a couple of
He
times.
was very handy.
I also like
That was a really cool idea. I do like that.
I also like the idea that this one, even though he shot and was ranged, he was definitely different to Joey from the first one.
Oh yeah.
He wasn't just walking in and being like, yeah, let's shoot up the place. I was trying to make him a mentor-ish.
Yeah.
Like, I was trying to make him, like encourage Jim more, and like, yeah, do your powers, yeah, you're
Well,
awesome.
you did do a good job. I mean, pushing people through doors is not necessarily encouraging, but the rest of it was.
To be fair, in order to teach people, you have to rape them every now and again. I learned that in Sunday school.
No.
Nice. Well, I think
No,
it
you-
like fit because that like it was silly, but at the same time, like I don't know, it wasn't like that bad that I could totally picture he did something like that because he's like old and dwarves usually hate elves anyway, and I can see him just be like pushes him into a door and he's like, heh.
Yeah, that's how it was.
sense.
It was just like a little running joke of.
Well,
But
also,
it-
like when
it
you
worked,
shot
'cause
your arrows, I like that you would like a lot of times steady your breath, or like I like that several times you would say that you were like taking the time to aim. So it's like, okay, he's trying to build it up, it's good, try to make the fight more interesting. And then a couple times when it's like hastily shot an arrow, I knew I could make it go off target and it wouldn't make you look bad because like he was just more reflexively shooting it than aiming it, so it's not going to be as accurate. I'm like, oh, I like this. He's trying to, work with that of like some are going to hit, some are not, and it's kind of thank you.
Yeah, what I was doing with that more was I was hoping by saying steadies his bow as I'm aiming it, it let the others do their shit more because I was like, my guy's meant to be the background guy as I'm letting the other guys do their shit.
Yeah.
Like most of my plans involved the others killing shit or the others doing magic or something cool, and if that goes wrong, I don't know, fire an arrow.
Yeah. Honestly, one thing I didn't get to use, that was when you said we were going to get our own personal boss fight, I was waiting for the script to find out how those were going to proceed. What, Mo?
I said, your cock.
No. That's what Peg was for. Anyway,
Why didn't you use that growing spell?
Did you use the invisibility one? No, that's mean.
But anyway, I was hoping we never got, even though you had us put in the bio, I never got to use it because I would have, I was, given that we were at the end, I was going to try to work it in myself because you hadn't, but I assumed at some point somebody was going to knock Phineas's bag of holding away and he was going to have to figure out what to do without his books, but that never happened.
I also like the fact I only used it once. I like my little combat knife I kept in my shoe as an absolute emergency backup. I rarely used it though.
Which Peg immediately ripped off when she went to buy knives.
To be fair, she had throwing knives.
True.
But I like my little combat knife with the idea of him having like a Rambo knife up his shoe, like some military-ish thing. It's like, okay, he can pull it out and attack with it on an absolute emergency, but he rarely used it.
Yeah.
In fact, sometimes I probably should have used that more before I used my stick.
Yeah, probably.
But his mobility is not the best. It's bending down to get it.
That's why you have to go into your crafting menu, combine knife with stick to make spear.
Yes.
Spear, spear, spear.
Exactly.
Shoot it with your bow.
Oh my god, I just speared him through a barricade. It was right there as I point to a random barricade.
Fire.
I'm kind of glad he didn't. That would have also been pretty crazy. It's like he opens up his crafting menu and then... using the string ties the knife to the stick, I'd be like,
He fired out of his arrow. He used the magic to shrink Paige, and fired her out of his bow and arrow, so she could fire her arrow at closer range and get the shot.
Yes.
That would have been cool.
Fire her on an arrow that then fires an arrow.
Yeah, my arrow now has that. Go on, make this one, man. You'd be like, what the fuck's going on here? And Wifeblade can use her shield to reflect any arrows in case we missed.
There you go.
Just aims the shield at you just in case.
Yeah, dented it.
I don't mind if you dump you.
Charge the shield with electricity and it'll repel the metal. It'll be a giant electromagnet, and then the arrow will just curve away and go back toward the target.
Yeah.
Yes, at some point, Jim should have done that. He should have froze her shield and used the wind to just carry it Captain America style so she could throw her shield.
Well, that's why I was wondering. I didn't know if it was that kind of a shield or not.
I don't think it's around, but I could be wrong.
I was picturing it more like his World War II shield.
Yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
So how come Jim didn't use any of his grenades?
What?
I ask questions.
Really? The other thing I was thinking about doing when you first told us, oh, you had this end battle, I was thinking about, we're gonna have this big, the dream of the thing is we're gonna have this big end battle against this guy. I was thinking that, if it, depending on how the fight went, if it came down to it, I was gonna do something really, really fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, Phineas got a few books over the course of the adventure, specifically from the office where we stole the ink.
Mm-hmm.
So if shit came down to it, as like we were getting our ass kicked, like an absolute last resort, I was gonna have Phineas say, I don't know what this is gonna do to you, how this is gonna work, but it's our only hope. If this goes south, shoot me with it. If this goes south, take me out. And I'm gonna have it bust out a necromancy spell and like summon like
It's gone south.
I was maybe summon some undead shit. Like one idea I had was like, the necromancer's like, oh, when are you gonna really stop me with left power necromancy? And then have him bust out the spell and have him raise the undead minotaur from the tunnel.
Nice.
See, the weirdest one I didn't do, Rick, and this is stupid. My fight, when you said prepare your fight, I was like, I got this, and I prepared one.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the polar opposite of what just happened.
Oh.
I wanted to do the Indiana Jones thing. I wanted to have a demon with like multiple blades going, ah! Then the second he stopped, just through his head. Like simple as fuck, but like, oh my god, the others put so much effort into this, I need to make a fight out of this.
That would have been amazing if you did that, though. That would have made Carden such a badass.
It would have been, but I could just imagine Rick being like, really? You were Indiana Jones there?
I would have gone with it.
Even the villain would have been like, the hell? Really?
Yeah,
I don't know what I would do. Just be like, whoa, hold up, everybody. Really?
Yeah.
Voice from above, what?
Yeah.
The necromancer rewound time so we could do that better.
Yeah. That'd be amazing. But I was like, no, you know what? He probably wants a proper fight. I'm going to make it so it's something I've not done before. Just had me just almost die. Like, I'll be honest, when I fired that last arrow and I just laid back there as I was fading off, I was perfectly leaving up to Rick whether or not he just killed my character. I was leaving it to that situation. If he wanted to kill me at that moment, I was like, okay, fine. I'll stick around in case he wants a ghost of Carden.
There you go.
Nice.
But luckily, Wifeblade was like, nope, resurrection.
Yeah, that was really helpful that all the sheriffs had the healing. Yeah, that was helpful that all the sheriffs had the healing magic, because that way Phineas didn't have to also do that, and that made him look a little less god-modded, that he wasn't also in charge of the healing.
Yeah, paladins heal. Just I wasn't a sissy paladin with a stupid mace. I had an actual one.
Yeah. Well, if this was a video game, shouldn't we have screamed to you, I need a medic, so you would constantly keep giving us healing as we're already on full health?
Yeah.
Well, think about, like, WoW.
Regen and bubble.
How they kind of stand there and don't do anything and are really boring. I did not want to be that.
Hi, Jim.
Well, that's why, like, when I cheated with the bios, when I was just like, you won't need a healer, because I knew she would be a paladin.
Ah.
So I was but I didn't want to say don't pick one because if you want it to be one, that's fine. But I didn't want you to think you had to and subtly lead you away from doing that because I'm
Clever girl.
I was a healer. If Jim
That's
was
true.
in pain, I could have ended it with an arrow to the head.
I thought you were gonna be like I could find some herbs and mix them up and make him drink it, and he'd act funny, but he'd probably be better.
Oh, I thought you'd heal him by using him as a doorknob.
Yeah, that's why he was
Tattoo.
God-modded. He's a healer. He can do fire. He can do ice. He can open doors. He is God-modded.
He's a thief mage.
Yes.
He can open all the things and cast all the spells.
Oh my God, a treasure chest. He whacks his head against the chest.
Well, I can't open all the things, but I can render them transparent so we can see what's behind them or in them.
I like that idea. And by the way, that spider was just like sleeping back there for that episode. I like the idea of just when you were just like, let's just shut the door and leave him. I was thinking like, yeah, that's who wouldn't do that if you saw a giant spider? It's like, oh, there's nothing in there. I'm just gonna shut the door
Yeah.
later.
I went to
Like,
a giant
I-
spider in my house, and I took off and went to town.
Yeah. I would too. If I was in there, there's like a 3-foot spider just on my wall. I would just like it'd be like Grandpa Simpson when he walks into the brothel, just walk in, do, just put my coat up, grab it, swirl back, and just go back outside.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking you'd be doing the Homer walk backwards through the hedge.
I think if there was a 3-foot spider on the wall, you'd hear before you saw, because I would be screaming.
Yeah.
That's when Richter has to go and get his 4-foot glass.
Yes.
Yep.
And 30 sheets of paper.
Yes. Kids, yeah, get me the big shoe.
Hmm.
Oh, did you ever see that scary ass picture online that just made me go,
Which one?
There was a picture of a giant spider like the size of someone's head on a pillow next to him.
You can stop talking now.
And the caption just read, "Do you remember when you threw a shoe at me?" I do. I was like, no!
Oh man, that's like.
Also,
the
I feel I need to
7
ask for
circles
that.
of Hell.
Yeah. I feel I need to ask for that episode. Was the queen always meant to be half spider, or was that because I bet it's that spider queen back there? We should go check it out.
No, originally she was like I had spiders and then dark elves or drow and then the drider, which is half dark elf, half spider, because those are cool. So I was like, I'm gonna put that as a boss, and then like you're like, oh, I wonder if the spider queen. I was like, oh, okay. Like,
Oh, great,
half
Jim.
right. I was
You
half
stopped me
right.
having the hot boss.
the boss.
I was totally going to seduce that.
Sorry, ha ha ha.
I was going to let him masturbate all 8 of my penises with its hands. Fun fact, that's how many dwarves have.
Oh, okay. Is that why they're shorter than normal? Because they have more mass down there.
Exactly. It's also why we're sturdier, because we can click them into the ground like pegs.
Nice.
Wow.
It's possible I don't know how my own races
Maybe.
works. It's also wrong. I pictured him as how I showed you that picture, Rick, of the guy who played Deathstroke in Arrow.
Mhm.
But as the series progressed, I don't know why, I just kept picturing me as like an old red-headed dwarf.
Yeah, I was picturing you as evilly.
And like I was picturing me as literally one of the ones from Dragon Age. Although I find it really funny that yes, I did twice I managed to work in
Yeah.
enchantment
Yeah, you did.
for no other reason than I knew Rick somewhere would be looking up and smiling.
It's true.
Yep.
Yeah, the first time I think I was muted and I just laughed. I was like, wow, he actually bothered to work that in.
Enchantment? And no one, and Jim didn't pick up on what the fuck that was. He just kept going like, yeah, enchantment, and just kept going off. What? Like he didn't know his quote in Dragon Age of enchantment.
I haven't played Dragon Age. How would I know that?
That's what makes it awesome.
Okay.
Because if you'd stopped and be like, I get that reference, it would have ruined it.
Yeah, the massive black and the even though you said it wasn't for that when you were just like I don't trust any shadows or something like that, like that was really those were the ones I liked.
Oh yeah.
And even though it was a flub, I loved when Jim was just like, if I remember the narration correctly, and you're like, narration, did you hit your head too hard in the door?
Yeah.
I always think it's fun to occasionally. I think it's fun to occasionally make a meta joke like that, but I guess not.
I liked it. I thought it was funny. Because then he was like, did I hit your head too hard? Like, I was like, good. That made it, like, feel more legit.
I always like those jokes. If they're done right, I like those jokes.
Yeah.
Like that one was funny. If we'd
Yeah.
done that every episode, I wouldn't have laughed.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
The only
But it's like
person-
that.
the only-
It's like the Turtles Forever, where I was like, where Raphael kept doing it, and Hun kept going, "Who are you talking to?" and ended up shaking him at one point. I'm like, that's funny.
Yeah.
Why is Pew so quiet?
She doesn't like us anymore?
Probably fell asleep.
Or that.
You killed Pew?
Well, I said I wasn't going to do it during the radio play. I didn't say Marcus
Yeah.
wouldn't do it later.
Yeah, exactly. Why do you think Marcus isn't here right now, besides not being in the radio play?
She has her mouth full.
Nice. I was tempted to have him in the joke episode.
As?
Whatever he wanted to be, I wouldn't care because this is a joke episode. He could be like a 8-foot tall, like
You
giant, muscly person. It would have been funny to me.
Pew says my headset died. Using inbuilt one. Charging cable packed somewhere. Charging cable.
But that's sad.
Charging cable packed somewhere. There we go.
Yep. That
But
sucks.
she can't talk. Can you swap back to whatever the hell you were using the first time when you didn't have the inbuilt sound? You had something on before. Oh, but we can't hear you, Pew.
Yeah, you don't know. Oh, did you change your audio input Pew for the Hangout?
Jim will make it legal.
Yes.
I will make it legal.
Okay, how about now?
Now we
Yay.
can hear you.
Now, unfortunately, we can hear you.
Oh, I've been yelling at the screen like the whole time.
Oh, we haven't
sorry.
been able to hear you in like 30 minutes.
You were yelling at the screen? How very QJ of you.
I was like talking to you guys and I thought you guys heard me. It sounded like you guys heard me.
No, we didn't hear squat.
Oh, that's weird. I've been having a whole conversation here.
Oh. No, we also haven't.
We haven't heard you for most of this.
Oh man, I thought you heard me because it sounded like you heard me a lot of times, or maybe you were just talking to somebody else. But it sounded like you guys could hear me.
No, I was
That's
talking to either Rick, Wife Blade, or not you.
See, sometimes when I thought you heard me, it sounds like you said, "Okay, I could see that," or whatever.
Well, we heard you for the beginning part, like the first 15, 20 minutes or so you were okay, and then you disappeared.
Now I kind of wish we could have like heard what she was saying like later, just to see how well it matches up. That's
We should have, I know. Pew, run through everything that you were saying real quick.
Well, like I was just talking about how like when you said like all the gross and spiders and stuff, and I was laughing at that, and then how all the stuff was all crazy and everything, and then the parts that I enjoyed and like all that stuff, you know.
Thought she was oddly quiet during the scene where I implied she was being raped.
I said that was not funny, and fuck
Yeah.
you, obviously.
Fuck me, obviously. Whoa. Well, I could make a joke here, but I won't.
I said like yay.
I will take this.
I said yay, our sheriffs for being awesome and like helpful, you know, and not just being like a regular like tank dude, but also having healing. And
Regular tank dude, you're even offending her during this? You got super jealous.
no, and I kept saying how like you know I wasn't trying to make fun of her for saying spat.
I said it. I know you weren't making fun of her for saying she was fat. It was just really funny that you were going out your way to point out how thin you were in comparison. It's like, oh god, that's funny.
Not even that I was thin. It was just my bones were thin.
Yeah, it's not me that's fat.
I'm big boned.
Yep, I have a really big bone in my ass.
I think
How
your
big-
bones more in the front.
Simon has
big-
multiple bones in his ass, depending on the Thursday.
Nice.
Yep.
This just got awkward.
But Pew,
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't die in real life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, then what about when I was asking you guys about your personal like battle thingy?
We heard that part.
Oh yeah, and we mentioned our personal battle thingies.
Okay.
I went into great detail about my thingies.
I'm sure you did.
My thingies are legendary.
I imagine they are.
He likes to show it off and change my underwear.
I do. Changeling underwear is the best. It's also as good as changeling slippers I'm wearing. Now they're changeling loafers. Changeling
the
cowboy
idea, you pick it up and just like swing it really hard and it just changes into whatever else you want.
That's exactly the motion I've been doing with my hands too. Like it changes. I don't know why.
What are they like? It's like the friggin' parts of like Beast Boy, where all his parts are separated, but they still change.
Oh my god, we're all locked in this place together. There's only one thing we can do. Grabs Pagan, goes and turns her into a delicious turkey. Carved, yeah.
Things work. Things work.
Sure, that's exactly how it works. And we use Wifeblade's shield upside down as a serving tray for the turkey. And
There
we
you go.
use my hunting knife to cut you. And we use Jim's fire to cook you.
Couldn't you then like cut a hole through and you could put your walking stick there and you could like a spit roast?
Yes. You know, I'm sick of eating turkey. Pizza slice.
Oh, it's the greatest food.
It's all the food. It's like every ball from some assembly required.
Ah.
Oh god, no one's watched that.
I don't think I have.
My niece has started watching it because it's exclusive here on Netflix. It's awesome. And basically every ball, it was a ball that when they go and move down, bounce it, or activate it how they want to, it can turn into any ball they want. Like,
nice.
Boom, it's an American football. Boom, it's a disco ball. Boom, it's... the only ball it couldn't turn into was a dance.
I was like, I'd say the only ball I can't turn into is like testicles.
Wow.
Okay then.
But no, I like this.
Yeah,
Good.
It was refreshing.
Was there any parts of us that you were mad at, Rick?
Not particularly. Not mad per se, but there was some of the. It was weird because like the normal fights against like grunt monsters took longer, and the boss fights went faster than I thought. Like for some of the bosses, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be a cool fight," and it was like shot him in the head. I was like, "Oh, well, okay, there." Like now he died. Oh. But no, yeah.
There is that. I will admit, whenever I've fired something towards someone's head, I've half expected. Every time I expect you to just dodge.
Yeah.
So like it's a killing blow. It's up to Rick if it lands.
Yep.
Yeah, I was trying to find a balance between like letting stuff hit and not. I guess maybe I was too jaded from my experiences of leaving it up to someone. Like, I'm gonna shoot at it. Swings wild.
Clayface became the most memorable person.
Clayface was the best. That was.
We overdid it with Clayface. we god modded Clayface. He became the entire team at one point.
It's
You know
true.
what? Clayface was the best and awesome is that he actually got himself rebooted in the actual comics based on our radio play. So you know
It's true.
what? He deserves it.
It's true. They're like, oh man, we got to do that. We apparently did that long time ago. We're gonna do it again because that was so good.
Richter brought it back.
That's right.
I'm telling you, they saw the radio play and they were like, this thing needs to be like.
Clayface and his amazing friends.
Yes. But yeah, I wanted to try something different because it's not anything against what we did, but I wanted to try something kind of crazy and more freeform just to see how it would work. Because with some of the other ones, I felt like that might, like I was like, I'm not sure everyone would be able to adapt to that. So I was like, oh, we'll see. This might be a train wreck, but I'm going to try it. It'll be my train wreck. And it actually worked out really well. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I like that.
I liked it.
I don't know if I don't know if I do it again. That style, I'm not sure because I don't want to be like the guy that always does that. But so.
No, your next one's gonna be musical.
There you go. Oh my
Yes.
God, that'd be so.
All the songs are
I
in by
cannot believe my eyes, and the world's full of filth and lies. And be honest, Rick, you are constantly singing Captain Hammer songs.
He totally does.
No, but I should.
You will now.
Man's gotta do what a man's gotta do.
Got a hammer.
Dr. Horrible is awesome. Yes, goddamn bashing minds. I love that. I love that so much. I need to rewatch it again. But yeah, like I said, I like that. And I will admit, the only reason I said no to that, Jim, for our next one is because me and you have to, on very limited hours, get together, and like what Rick did, we'd have to plan out what each decision would have been. That would be more work for both of us on like an hour a day, if that, because you also have to factor in recordings.
Mm-hmm. Well, in each decision, all we would need to do is basically say, okay, scene 1, villain of the week is introduced. Scene 2, villain and X plan. Scene 3, Mouseketeer people defeat villain.
It was about Power Rangers.
See, no, I was just saying because I do appreciate the fact Rick put a lot of effort into this, so he'd be ready for whatever we do, which is what you kind of have to do.
Oh, you don't think we could? Okay, I get what you're saying. Fair enough. That's true. That would take a lot of prep.
Yep. I'm gonna prep the shit out.
Oh yes.
And believe me, you're not gonna come up with everything. I was like, okay, this might happen, this might happen, this might happen. We'll see. And like half the time, it was something just completely.
None of that happened.
Oh, yeah. And so, like, I think that would actually be really hard with two people because one might be, no, I'm not gonna let that happen, and it'd be like, yeah, sure, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. When we do it. The way we're planning to do it is each one of us will be leading a different episode. Like Jim will lead one, I'll lead one, blah 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 blah. Which is awesome.
That's how we're doing it. Fair enough.
The reason I said we're going to do it like that, so you'll be writing one episode, is how we said it. Like you'd be writing one, I'd be writing one, because otherwise one person would have to be doing the whole thing for 16 episodes.
This is true.
Do you have like the default character sheet thingies?
You're probably expecting me to do all the work.
No, I was not expecting you to do all the work. I just didn't know. I thought we were going to work together jointly on all of them. I'll send it to you, Pew.
I just it's like, oh, we're gonna do it this way, and he goes, oh, is that how we're gonna do it?
I'd mentioned I thought we were going to talk about how we were going to do it, but the actual writing it up was going to be one at a time.
Okay, that makes sense. I agree with that.
It also means the episodes will be different. Like some of them will be fucking amazing, some will be Jim's.
Ouch.
Yeah.
And that works out because that means we can write the episodes that are featuring our own respective villains that we're playing, and that'll make it easier too.
Yep.
I like that.
You
poor
unfortunate souls.
Yeah. By the way, for those good segue, for those at home who are wondering, the next radio play is going to be, what did we call it? Disney Heroes.
Yes, we did. I don't know, we called it Disney some crap.
Yeah, so
Disney some crap.
Disney some crap.
Some crap at Disney.
Yes, some crap.
No, it's Disney. It's tied into
Disney Heroes. That is what
the fuck of Disney. That happens every year. The whatever the fuck of Disney.
Pretty much, and we'll be taking some inspirations. Effectively, the characters will be summoned to fight off demons that have taken on the forms of Disney villains, and they'll be using powers, suits, and abilities of Disney heroes. So that'll be fun.
Yay!
And Rick will be the best one.
He will be the best one.
I'll
has
have
50-50
the best
chance.
powers.
Well, the best one's either going to be you or Pew.
This is true.
I'm putting all my votes on Rick.
There you go.
I'm kidding, Pew. I'm not kidding, Rick. Is Wife Blade going to be joining us for Disney?
No.
So
No, she
yes,
had to.
I'll put all
some
my
of
money
the. There you
on Rick.
No, yeah, some of the weeks it was like she had to be like, oh, like had to work out that she couldn't close that night or whatever, so
That makes sense.
had to work through it. Yeah, it was. Well, it's funny, real quick, about when I accidentally got her in it, because when it was like coming up on my turn, I was trying to come up with an idea, so I was talking with her about it, and she's like, that actually sounds really cool. I kind of want to do it. I'm like, oh, okay, well, if you want to, that's fine. And then, like a week later, she's like, yeah, actually, like, can I do that? I was like, sure. So I was like, that'll be a really awesome thing to do. Like, no one will see that coming. And I was
That was awesome.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just
so-
sucked one that I had to close so that I couldn't do the radio plays.
That's fine. You showed up when necessary and was awesome, like Hulk in Avengers.
There you
Woo!
We didn't overuse him in the Avengers film,
go.
but every time he showed up, it was gold.
There you go.
We need more scenes where she punches Jim through a wall.
There's no profit in it. He's a door opener, not a wall smasher.
Oh my god, that would have been fucking amazing if Wife Blade could have turned into a dragon at the end. And just
That would have been cool.
Puny god to your enemy. At some point I just heard Richter go, no, and we just heard the car go in the background like he's left at that point. Like, oh, done.
Now, it wouldn't do to play myself in real life.
It's true. Run.
Oh, did you see my Bray Wyatt hat, Rick?
No.
Oh, I need to show it you. I showed that to Jim and stuff. It's awesome.
It is awesome. It is awesome, but I think we're at that point where we can probably wrap this up. You want to take us home, Rick?
All right. So I'd like to thank everyone here for joining us or joining me for my radio play. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you for having us, Richter.
Oh, thank you.
It was a pleasure, Rick.
Yay.
Yay!
You always fill us with warm, fuzzy gooiness. You're like Bill. You're like Bing Cosby in his sweater vest.
That's close. That was close.
I did say Bing Cosby before anyone.
Yes. thank
Bing and Crosby.
I said an Oreo.
Boom, 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 boom.
Then that's close to Bing Cosby.
Oh, I thought you said Bill Cosby, so.
No,
No. That's
I did not
what
say
we're avoiding.
I
No.
did not say
No.
Jim was. I did not say Richter was like Bill Cosby.
That's Jim, sorry.
Jim's not like Bill Cosby. Jim's like Gary Glitter. I mean, he's super musical
Oh, okay.
and is
musical is
deported
also
for child
cast.
possession.
No.
No, Rick's laughing at my Bray Wyatt hat and my gay beads.
Summer of Wyatt.
Okay, Summer Wyatt.
So
Okay.
Anyway, thank you everyone for joining us. Glad everyone had a good time. If anyone is for some reason has not seen the rest of it and just listens to this one, go back and listen to them. They were fun. Join us next week where we get to start a new one. Sounds really awesome. So thank you very much and good night.